Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yorubaland series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel, in which, as you can see, the territory hasn't really much changed, but I think that will change soon, because we've realized that there are some tribes that are getting themselves together, and we fear that one day they may be more powerful, even though they're in less developed territories, which wouldn't provide much levies as compared to, say, here. Because, you know, the development 6 right now, but we're trying to increase it bit by bit. Especially from the development here, is that would help it. And then also in our capital of VIET, there's a large Edo minority, which they do speak our language, but they're of a different culture, which we do have plenty in common, but the difference that separates us and them is that they're more male-dominated, Folkism, but they do not have philosopher culture nor equal inheritance, but we do have these, just like them. So I gotta keep my eye on it. And also, I was trying to improve relations with my half-brother here, who I was trying to get him vassalized and get him to join in our realm, but he decided to form his own high chiefdom, independent of ours. And he's gout-ridden. Tortured you? What? Why? He's callous, that explains it. That is a bad brother. A bad half-brother. In which he's beginning good treatment, although it's set to expire next month, but he'll get another treatment soon. My intrigue is poor, but if I were to commit to murder him, there's no predicted age. It's even a concubine of his, you know, don't particularly like him, but is terrified because she was tortured, and also she's content, so she's too nice to do anything about it. To me, I would go to war for that. But to do that, this is a reason that some of you may or may not have been asking of, why haven't you fought any wars yet? Well, there's an issue with that. Where can he, I mean, he's got allies. Well, that's just that, but it's this one that we ought to worry about from there. But at times we've been raiding his land in order to weaken it. Which I think that would be for the best. And the strange seminars, I mean, they won't, you know, rebel against you to be on his side. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Can't invite him to court. That explains it. As long as he is in the court, he's never gonna leave. Plus, the man is properly paranoid. Liege's relative. Now look, assassinating other people is not that man's nature, at least as far as I'm concerned. He's a calm, rational man. So if we want to go to Orchid Soil, which means I'm going to start raiding you soon, once we have everybody backed up. So I want you to try to spy on over there, see what they have exactly in strength. As I said, this is a cause for concern. Because he wants those lands. And not only that, he wants my lands. And I have no allies. Which is, well, fine and such. It will all come to pass in due time. So, let me meditate on this. We want to spend 2 gold for it. I shall go, and I must ponder. They've gathered half or fewer men under his banner compared to me. That's what it says. My scouts returned with Judah oil last night with the information across the corridor reports oil has gathered half or fewer men under his banner compared to you. But since there is no active conflict, the number is unlikely to have changed in the time it took for this information to arrive to you. The reports suggest that his economic strength is just a fraction of yours. The scouts were able to identify 7 individual veterans leading armies under his banner. Your loyalty is appreciated. I have the information I need, but I'm going to need you to do the same over there in Nikki. Meditate for 6 months. And one thing I also hope, okay, he got another treatment, is that I hope that God takes him. Pregnant. Has a child, a nephew. Which means when he passes, the realm is not going to fall back to me. All the more reasons for I have to go to war against him. Because if we want the whole thing, you need to have illustrious. Subjugation is another option. Take him in as a vassal. Increase my legitimacy, really? Instead of just winning a war. Or either a war. I mean, subjugation, you could do it once in a lifetime. Do it right then and there. I mean, at least you have children of your own. How about you? You do too. And there's Saba over there. Who's that? Makes me want to find a spouse. Though I'm a little bit old for that, but I don't care. Just somebody that makes sense. But it needs to be with someone that's far, so look for alliance power. Really? The High Chieftain. Because, you know, one of you is married to my half-brother. Or, yeah, one of my half-brothers who's serving one of my other half-brothers there. And to have you in the alliance with them, and if I can call you to war sooner before he does, then that would cancel out and make things... Yeah. But it would be a betrothal. And at least it's someone in our religion. Who's your guardian? So I'll betroth to that. She'll be turning 11. So I guess I can wait a couple years. And eventually have children of my own. No need for concubines. So this would be sensible. Plus I gained some prestige out of this, as I've been wanting to have more fame. And you have a lot of parties, so I guess Subjugation War makes sense, but wait for me to finish my meditation. But don't expect me to lead armies. I don't have the skill. That should go to someone else, because we need another jungle specialist. According to reports, Badindia of Borgu has gathered about 1/3 fewer men under Hispanic authority. Then economic strength is less than half of that is, and able to identify 6 individual veterans. We are ready to raid. As a precursor of the war, we shall raid his land. We already raid his capital, so we should raid the other places too. Even though we would make small gains, but this is just to make him weak before starting the subjugation war. The buzzing insects and singing birds of the Ibadan jungles provided constant background noise as I sought to look inside myself. Meditating in isolation, I was suddenly struck with an epiphany. The presence of man in the world and how we fit into the natural order. Another piece of the universal puzzle put into place. This experience will stay with me forever. I've just gained 1 blending skill up. It's excellent. Development has gone up, and oof. It'll take another 11 years to improve it further if you wish. So, for now, just back to collecting taxes if you can. I am here. And now we must start what we would call a preemptive strike by raiding them before we officially begin this next war. I'll say no to that because you are an accomplice to him. He is intimidated of me. He's a reaver and he's a holy warrior, despite the fact we're the same faith, so this does nothing for him. And while we're at it, get me another jungle specialist if you can. This man. Unyielding defender and jungle stalker. And he's also a well-traveled person. He's got a lot of intrigue, so he would be effective, Spy Master. But he is not good at fighting, but he'll definitely serve as commander if needed. We could invite a few more. We can afford it. Dada is her name. See, it doesn't cost much because of tribal government. And we don't make as much. Swear peace upon the cola nuts, he says. You got it, because this gives me a bit more fame. And look. Oh, this is look at he doesn't have the fighting skill because he's gout-ridden, but he's willing to lead. And of course, men and women do so under him, as with ours. But he's not as legitimate as some may think. But this is who the heck we're dealing with here. But his force is insignificant. But we don't have the best commander for the job. This man is. Oh my goodness. So again, even if you were to fight him in combat, we'll win decisively, because better commander, more soldiers. And all he's got, they're just bush hunters. We have more bush hunters, along with some pikemen. Spearmen, basically. And we have a bunch of better combatants with us. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I mean, we'll gain more fame out of winning this little battle out here. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna beat him, and then by the time you get back here and disband, and then start the war officially. Consider this as precursor. You may be defending in your turf in the forest, dear brother, but we'll do our best. Who's also become reckless. Although a bit of an eccentric herself. Get the idea. Let's see how this battle goes. Advantage him. Oh, got more of the advantage now. One of ours has been killed. We still got it. They fought valiantly, but didn't say the battle roll in forest. How much fame we got out of this? 39 stage. So unfortunately, Reme Jeba, she was killed in action. Was killed by one of her concubines. Said to be brave. And it's the one that bears, you know, and it's the one that has the nephew who's to be the heir to the chiefdom. She was brave, but she was not. But she was a hunter, but a woman. Yeah. And she killed 21 of ours. Wow. Ours only killed all of that. But we know how to defeat them in battle. But it's risky. That's what it'll be. So I'll just bring what little loot in. We only did that just to weaken their realm. Before we will come in and take it over entirely. So let us recover. And you, another raider. And a much better fighter too. And he's calm and humble and zealous. Ooh, you're just like me. What? How much? 8. You got it. I think we should just get rid of the pikemen and replace it with light horsemen. Because in the full maintenance and unraised, the unraised maintenance is the same, but full maintenance is slightly a bit more. And you know the they have, which just light cavalry would be more effective. So let's disband them. It's just temporary. And I want you to introduce light horsemen. Just only 100 of these. We're not going to increase it further. So put it down the spears and introduce the horsemen. And once they're fully reinforced, start the war. And some of you are asking, well, what would you do if after you've taken that land over? We should have enough land to create Yorubaland. We could create that title now, but to me, I rather, you know, earn it just to beat my half-brother. Eliminate this threat before we can move on to take these other areas in order to form our kingdom. Brother! But died gout-ridden, which means this child of concubine is now the ruler. And if something were to happen to this child, not crowned by the Ooni, then the mother would be the one to rule the realm. The one who killed one of my female knights. So this changes things. But it's my brother, you know. Is it possible to do that from another realm? Yes, you can. Okay. But they tended to be... Look. You know, again, I was... look, I'll consider the funeral for my brother. Because again, he was one of the heirs of Oduduwa, so despite our differences, I think he should be respected. Not a female knight, though she's malnourished, will come on in and hopefully we could provide you good feed, at least as far as what the military can provide. But at least this breaks the alliance. Yeah. So they're vulnerable now. Which again, we were never rivals. If my brother, my half-brother, was a rival, I would have never given him a burial, but... Again, we're the heirs of Oduduwa. And he was among the first to fall, so... Gout took him, not by combat. So... Even though he was a bit cynical, he didn't truly believe in the Orisha or Oldumare. Let's do it a classy way, alright? Assemble the Weeping Realm for a funeral. A chance to give a proper send-off to a venerated member of the nobility. This would increase opinion, stress loss, piety gain, and legitimacy gain. Especially legitimacy, because I would want to get up to another level. It shall be held here. You can hold it in any place, but here would be proper as this is the holy site. So, let's have a funeral to one of the heirs of Aldodua. So you can have humble, which reduces cost. There's dignified ceremonials, and then there's extravagant. But for someone of his status, I mean, if it was, like, say, since I'm going to be the future king of Yorubaland, I would give him this. But since he was a... Since we didn't see each other eye to eye, I think it should just be a dignified. Death has come to the realm. It is now time to host an extravagant ceremony for the deceased. And plus it doesn't cost as much, and you need about 250 gold to form the kingdom itself. But I'd rather take the land, then form the kingdom. Do it for the fame. Gotta subjugate it first. Mourn, murder, seduce, befriend. But the question is, who would I befriend? Because it's hardly anybody I would know of that would come to that. So, anybody, including, well, neighboring rulers is a bit excessive, but this is a family matter. And it should be mourned, because remember, we do bewailing burial. That's the funerary tradition around here. So, this is a time for mourning the dead, a critical time for demonstrating piety. As I said, I mean, he's my brother. I mean, as I said before, we didn't see each other eye to eye. I mean, we tried to improve relations, then it kind of broke down when he decided to form his own realm. He wanted my territories. Yes, we fought, but I never harmed him directly. So, let's stop. Ide Efe is to be Oil's final resting place, not the Chitamabua. I'm left alone to gather my thoughts and prepare for the arrival of the honored mourners. I'll never forget him, dear brother. So, that's plus 10 prestige. Today, at the quarterly meeting with vassals, something very unusual has happened. A heated argument begun between myself and none other than Nana Oran Mian of Uminje. To make things worse, the prick started to ridicule and patronize the other guys' respected efforts. Ancestors' behavior. Now I decide how to deal with this challenge, as if my image is on the line. I doubt they consider posture towards him. Well, I doubt his status will suffer prestige and see my dread significantly reduced. I must also see that they just weak. Again, if I say that out of the way, that goes against my humility. And we be possibly rivals, but instead, lose the prestige, lose the dread. You will remain neutral. All the other vassals will become dispirited by my lack of leadership. Well, if they say that. But should we even be really talking about it during this time? Again, this is a first for the Lord Master channel for Crusader Kings 3 in this series. Funerals. New feature for the DLC. Engage in an offering of libations. So it's 3 months. It is time to watch over the body of the deceased, providing a final opportunity to express thoughts and feelings of the dead before the body is delivered to the afterlife. Guest list is said to be 24. Again, dignified, not magnificent. Before me, a feasting table stocked high of all manner of food and drink, as if Oba Oil of Oil were trying to offer a final act of magnanimity before departing. Timidayo has so far refused to lay a finger on the banquet, however. Swilling his goblet and idle sauce. This middle distance, stare falls wearily upon me. With a quiet nod, he raises his drink high. To Oba Oil of Oil, truly one of the greats. What do I say? As I'm zealous, I say, to Oba Oil. Against piety. Still a religious man at heart. The shadows of mourners no longer loom over me. I'm at last given a moment alone. What a quiet comfort I could take at such a moment. Without the rattling and prattling of other guests in my ears. Just me and my thoughts to Oba Oil of Oil. It feels good. Just let it out. The tears out. This is a bewailing burial, you know. All eyes fall upon Omi as he falls to the ground in lamentation. Head coating his reddened eyes from view. Oil, these sorrowful gasps and chokes has left his fellow mourners breathless, and many offer him comfort and reverence as if it were him who was to be committed to the hereafter. I can only mourn in my own way. Oh yes, you're not crowned by the Ooni, despite the fact that during this time, now the time has come to commit Oba Oil of Oil's final rites before his journey into the hereafter. Oil's enshrouded bodies held suspended above an open grave, surrounded by close friends and family. Stared at his head is me. A privileged place of mourning afforded by only to a magnanimous host. The final rite of his body is left to me, and the weight of such responsibility weighs heavily on my mind. At last, his body is lowered into the earth, and the funeral is officially completed with a prayer. Beautiful. So, now my legitimacy is up and considered rightful, thus decreasing more piety. 1 second. The funeral is concluded. Now be a defendant of faith, so diplomacy now increases per level devotion and beginning even more piety. Give it another 6 years or so, then I will become a theologian, earning me even more piety and some learning too. But since you gain a lot more piety than this does, I suggest you switch to scholarship for more learning, and would like to get this after I get that. And also perhaps that. One second. I was typing something, so anyways, the light horsemen are not fully ready yet. And gained 36 gold, alright. Made some of all that money back from spending on this magnanimous funeral. Only for him because, I said, it's a classy way to do it. You'll be crowned too. Hey, that's not of my culture. 1 second. Change that back. Got it. Oh, you're willing to pay? Okay. Any other guess I might have missed? Competent fighter. Oh, come on in. What you waiting for? Almost too illustrious. What's another way you could do to get more prestige? Well, actually, you might want to forget the prestige. Remember? You want it... Oh, yes, I actually do remember. It's that I'm trying to get. Ironsmiths. Just wait until the horsemen are ready, and then we're going to raid their capital one more time. Just for the loot, and bring it in, and then start the war officially. Subjugate my nephew that he must have under me. And then subsequently form the Kingdom of Yorubaland. Which again, I could do that right now, but no. I'd rather earn it through war by grabbing this part that belonged to one of our kin that is outside of my territories. Get the best one of all. Actually, go for this. Make a quick raid and then back. Wouldn't take long. One knight left behind. Too old to bear children. Captured your cousin. Yeah, that means you'd be willing to pay, right? Well, that could be useful. Get a hook on him, and then we'll use that hook for future reference. So there you go, get a hook on you. So all you need to do is just get back here, wait 1 month, and then start the Subjugation War. Okay, now we're ready. Subjugate Overhaul. You will take his primary title and make him your vassal. We'll gain legitimacy out of this in victory. This will earn me more fame. No alliances. You'll be the vassal. Let's do it. To get an idea of who's winning a war, you can always look at the war score in the lower right corner. It goes from -100 to +100, and changes based on the battles, sieges won or lost, as well as territory occupied. At 100 war score, you can force the other side to accept a peace offer. Conversely, at -100 war score, they can force you to accept their peace offer. All wars can end in one of three ways: victory, white peace, defeat. The exact consequences of any of these change depending on the cast spell. The details for a specific war can be found on right-clicking your enemy ruler and selecting Offer Peace, or by clicking the war score icon on the bottom right and then selecting one of the tabs at the bottom of the screen. I understand. You're the most qualified out of all, even though you're a bit reckless. At least this time we have a way to counter against their bush hunters. Use light horsemen. Yeah, you better run. $7 months. Switch to okay. It's there with you. This is just to get faster siege events. Get back to your mob. Incoming. Get over here. Owner is 3 years in debt. I didn't know that. Oh, it's her, the hero. And this is the widow of my half-brother. Didn't realize that we have them as, you know, prisoner. That's the heir. There's no money in that, because they're in debt. Oh, we're without a commander. What the? We're without a commander, but don't worry, he's here. It's like, hey, commander's arriving, and they said, okay, I'll take command, and then decided in the middle of the battle, we went without him until he's arrived at the scene to take care of this. Captured brother. War scores 100%. You're now able to enforce your demands by clicking on the war score icon to open a war view and then selecting the enforce demands tab at the bottom of the screen. And also right click on the enemy ruling off a piece. Yeah. So capture the air and also capture Brother Popo. I know it doesn't have any money in it. Plus he was the only one out of all the brothers who's not landed yet. And there's no need to exchange hostages here. So, Fustaments. Congratulations on your victory. Now you've experienced what it's like to make it through the essential part of the game. The tutorial lessons end here. However, pieces of ice still occasionally appear as alert icons along the top of the screen. Click these device alerts to learn more about certain situations that you're dealing with. Thank you for staying with us and good luck. Peace be with you, a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I'll comply with your demands. Yes. So be it. Now you're above the vassal limit. So each ruler can control a certain amount of direct vassals instead of having them as direct vassals. They should instead be managed by one of your other vassals. To do this, grant one of your vassals away to another. And this is where you come in. Normally it costs 500, but since we're tribal, it's reduced by half. Create this title, and I will earn 400, which will make me illustrious, no doubt, and as well as increase legitimacy. The Ile Yoruba Court. That is the name of it all. Ile Yoruba. The Kingdom of Ile Yoruba. I'm not the mighty Ooni. As Ooni, I was still using that religious head title. You have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court, summon the disputes of the realm, and let your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Nana Ormea of Aminji. He looks at me sternly in a direct, almost luxury way. Perhaps there's also some surprise in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Oduduwa. Oduduwa. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rules, how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. Let him see the new Ooni. This is what our West African styled royal court looks like. Now, put these banners up. This is the banner of House Oduduwa House, symbol of the authority of the family in its silence. Prestige, renown, parochial vassal tax contribution goes up a bit. And this side here is where the dynasty banner is going to be. Same, but it increases the dependent ruler opinion slightly. Actually, look at the roll call one more time. So, yes, due to direct vassal limit, vassal limit was 5, but now you can hold a bit more if you wish to. And I know you were threatened by aggression and refused alliance. I'm sorry about that. So you should hold the High Chiefdom of Oyo. I'm not going to hold these. These are for keeps. If any, I'd rather have these. But that's up to you. In other words, I'm not giving up these territories, but I'm willing to give you these. Just High Chiefdom and nothing else. And you want them? Well, you're gonna have to earn them. And your skills are not that good. You're not a powerful vassal like that you think you are. Hey, brother. Glory is widely known as I have become illustrious. Oh, brother, hang on. Foremost Knight. It's Dada and Ayatunde. A healthy rivalry between meddlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Dada and Ayatunde is souring the mood at court. Dada is widely regarded to be more skilled, but Ayatunde clearly takes issue with the assertion. In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my room, clutching his sword hilt, cries, "Dada! Only one of us can claim to be the Ooni's most skilled knight. Meet me outside, and I'll settle the question." Dada replies frankly, I would cut you to pieces where you stand if it weren't for the presence of my lord, you frank ogre. Apologize and I may spare your life. The Barakwe procedures be halted. Take their swords, give them training blades. Tunde wins this duel. The albino wins. Raiders. We've got raiders here. Can't watch over everything, but we need to stop them. They took my niece. I've inspected the barracks for me when a severely injured soldier's brought in. She's losing too much blood. Where's the physician? Adele is nowhere to be found. A chill runs down my spine. I might be this woman's only hope. Sunday has discovered the man. My friend, Ayabuni's by my side. Rolls up his sleeves and looks at me. Hand me the tourniquet. Patient screams and thrashes. Even though 3 grown women weigh her down, every step of the way is a battle. But Ayabuni remains calm, and eventually a quiet folk sells over. Not sure how we managed, but in the end, that soldier will live. This is a impressive feat, yeah. Ayabuni says Tarzan. It was an honor to serve at your side. Can I done about you? Hope you survive. Fending off the raiders. Yeah, no way we can get them all. They're getting away. This ban. Would you like to? Yes, they'll become vassals. And you too, because they're part of the realm now. Powerful vassal. You're not that powerful either. Different culture. That's different from the EPE culture. Which they're the bush hunting, religion blending, legalistic. They also have water rituals. One day I started to receive word from messengers and spies that have gone a million of his commands, then is denigrating out of heaviness for the significant prestige I have. Seems he wants to bolster his prestige, huge expense of ridiculing me by every opportunity. At some time, and face the possibility of a huge prestige also by their own answer. I'm now before a dilemma. Let time pass and avoid a confrontation, because I'm humble. Avoid confrontation in order to keep the big picture in check. After all, you don't need new rivals, as in Dark Ages could be. Those could be dangerous to your life, and in the end you couldn't even get a positive opinion. While some of your courtiers are either just, content, forgiving, compassionate, or lazy about your decision. I'll take the prestige loss, but the others will look at me more highly. Also, did you notice the way I dress? I'll hold court soon. Our people live there, so it should rightfully belong to us. My marshal, very hastily brings from my nephew, Egalitarian. Not always ask you to promote Egalitarian down to commandership, but I believe you might have wished same amount of a lot now. Not that good. My army is not a nursery. Well, there's your problem. We're stuck with not getting this territory to make it part of our kingdom. But we're swaying to get every vassal around. Come here, brother. And she can come too if she wishes. Again, we're still of blood. There. Culture is back to the way it is. To reap the benefits. Let us hold court. First time. One day, we can be afford of all of these, but we just don't have that kind of money. In order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on the various dilemmas and situations which arise within my sphere of influence. By officially inviting all my subjects to travel on my castle and petition me for aid, I'll be able to stay informed, sway the balance of power, and visibly show the world that I'm in charge. So this would increase my court grandeur, legitimacy. So yes, legitimacy. That means you are encouraged to hold court rather than do whatever the heck you want. Do whatever the heck you want, like I did in previous series. But no, it's encouraged. So invite guests and subjects to petition me for assistance. I might learn of exclusive opportunities, might be able to influence situations in foreign realms, might gain additional court grandeur, might gain or lose opinion, prestige, gold, and more. Let's hear it. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lighting in front of my throne, while others move out of their way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine respectively. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Gesture for the first in line to approach. A frightful peasant strolls all too close before a guard steps between us. Oh! She backs up with a wink, life squinting. Your lordness, I come here on Yagba for a matter of great import, whereas delight. You see, Ooni, the herbalist's sister swore before us so she could make better tea than an herbalist's wife. Oh, of course, they would judge it high. Then the husbands got us involved. Steward, Iwika, go fix it, please. The next petitioner is extremely angry Nana Uyo of Nivedon. With the briefest effort shown, Nana Uyo Uday Sabaf My knights, led by Dada, have passed through the chieftain of Ijibu, yeah, Ijibu recently. They have looted, pillaged, and spoiled the villages and farms in Ijibu. It's an absolute travesty, Mahoney, and I will not stand for it, he declares, Nana Uwa. What shall I do? You must return your plunder, Dada. Restored it to prosperity. Ah, haggard-looking peasant now stands for me. My lord, I beg for your help. A monster prowls the forest of Yagba, killing cattle and farmers alike. Few have seen it, but the mangled remains of its poor victims leave no doubt. It is clearly a huge hyena, as bloodthirsty as few have ever been seen. Please send your strongest hunters and sailors from the force's jaws. Well, I am too old to go to do that. So my master of the hunt, Tunde, will look into it. Because this man, he's one of the great warriors here, and he's a sadist and he is a hunter. He'll take care of that hyena for us. Now, there's a 67% chance that he slays that monster. I gain prestige and court grandeur. 32% chance that he is hurt by the beast, and thus it would hurt with that. And he gets wounded, but I still get to court grandeur. 0% chance that he's killed. Today go take care of it. And did. The county's been freed from the menace of the bloodthirsty beast by its liege. As the last petitioner departs, the various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon, the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of the normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. Keep in mind, this is the tribal court. That's what it does. At court, might makes right, and all shall be detect, loot and plunder. That's just how it is. Wish I could increase the cost, but we cannot afford them. But I would love to build more markets, more trading posts. Yagba's a safe place. At least the Ooni doesn't go out and try to kill a huge hyena. Titles can be revoked, advances can be retracted. We can increase that travel authority further. I'll spend a prestige for that. Curiosity. Takes 6 years. You know what? Go ahead, because I have that scholarship. Increases development growth. And there's other developments that it plays a factor here. Because I would love to get it up to 10. Just to tell you that we are more sophisticated compared to the others. Also, I'm waiting to reach 100 so I could get organize another clan-based craft guild there. But I'll spare my gold again because I do have plans. Several hooligans were recently caught trying to raid a cemetery not too far from where I live. They were apprehended by the local watchman. This, of course, is absolutely forbidden out of respect for the spirits of the dead. It is now up to me to determine the fate of these men. Do you think they want to desecrate the dead? Toss them in prison. And yes, you told me about you need to save some money. Even though I'm about to spend big again. No more prisoners. Kano is united. The slayer of the snake who was married to her. The dust of Rome is united under one. Also different culture. The wrong type of culture. And finally made a patrol, and look at her crown. Although I ought to keep an eye on her because I had no idea what I was dealing with. You're dealing with an impatient woman who is wrathful and vengeful. She's an angry woman. A woman with a lot of anger. But at least she isn't sadistic. Vengeful and wrathful. Now, if she had the callous trait, then that would be complete. And that would make it the most hateful person that's ever lived. No, it's nothing but you get the idea. How strong is their round, by the way? Check it. Because it makes you wonder. You know, places for potential loot. She is the Ooni Obirin. Is that, again, for you Nigerian viewers, especially Yoruba speakers, does that mean wife of Ooni or consort of Ooni? Or is that what does that mean? That's what I would like to know. She may be angry, but hey, has to be respectful. Spotted fever found in this is minor. We gotta be careful with that. Send a physician. Control it. Because it started there. It is simply called spotted fever, which is typhus again. Like in the past. And it doesn't help. As he's secluded, the infection rate isn't too great. They're controlling the plague now. Though he's superstitious. Less chance of spreading out there, but... Oh, grave news reaches me. Brother was fallen ill with typhus, the spotted fever. The future is uncertain. Death lingers close by his bedside, yet not all is lost. He might survive, should luck be on his side. Only Uri knows his fate. His health is poor, but he's being treated. I don't know if the rest of the family will get it, because it seems it's taken by surprise. Hey, you were doing well. What happened? Infirm. Not as great as once was, so this lowers the plague resistance. Made worse, that's also ill. And spotted fever. Also spotted. No, it spreads too. I thought it was... No, it's all the same. Again, it's not going to spread this way, based on how it looks. Similar numbers. Thank you. Keep an eye on it, because it seems they're more likely to spread out there than it is here. This is just a minor outbreak, but the infection rate appears to be increasing, and one has passed. One has died of the disease. Perhaps it's one of the courtiers of his, not his immediate family. They appear to be fine now. Probably just some poor bastard that died. It spread. It went north. Little chance to go this way. So I'm not secluding nor isolating the capital yet. As I walk down the halls, I hear some muffled laugh. That voice. I'm not used to hearing it so clear and bright. I push the half-open door, and there in front of me is my brother Uwu. It seemingly recovered from the typhus. My beloved brother is well once more. It's difficult to not shed a tear of joy. Wonderful news. Hallelujah be praised. Infection rate continues to increase. Hey, inspired person wants to forge a crown. Legendary skill. How much? 140. Go ahead. If it makes me look good, then do so. Some of my counsels believe that the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are! I expect results, yet I'm often disappointed. After a long day, I'm complaining to the man when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen our wits. Get it. Lessons to my steward. Anything to increase the development slightly here. Infection rate continues to increase. So it's a localized outbreak. It does appear to be spreading to other places as of yet. No, it does not appear to have a chance of risk of infection, so this is definitely localized. How much? 50! Okay, fine. Whatever you need. That's it. We're raiding. Tunde, it's raiding season. There's not a lot of opportunities to raid, but this here will be a good start. Yeah, that's definitely hurting the development and control. I can hear my knight chill with all the muttering himself across all. Need something great, something epic to make my crew stand up for the uninspired masses. But what? Just what? When his spirit eyes even meet mine, it breaks out a huge smile away from me. My lord, what an amazing idea. Just perfect. What do you think about adding your family's model to your commission? Sure, that sounds lovely. Every bit of renown is always good. Managed to isolate the capital, but it's starting to clear out now. This localized disease. Infection rate's going down. Only claimed one character life. It's been reinfected. That tends to happen sometime. Can't raid. It's because we swore upon the cola nuts, that's why. But not them. I don't know why you asked me for a name, but here you go. One day I'm gonna have children of my own. Originally I was saying that I wasn't gonna have it, but circumstances mandated. Anything to get us out of debt fast. Create a disillusioned faction, are you mad? So again, it reinfected Ibadan, but now it's spread to another barony. So it's no longer localized. Well then, I'm gonna have to go meditate elsewhere. Take me to the secluded forest of Yagba. It's safer out there. Spend little. It's fine. Would love to meditate out there, but no, it's gotta go over there. Over here, my lord. My knight that waits me over wide grin. I told many days and nights that finally my work is done. Resents me of an object wrapped in cloth. As I lift the fabric, my eyes grow wide. An ornate crown of masterful craftsmanship. The crown is forged from bronze and set with small pieces of onyx. Motto of the Oduduwa family. Wisdom over ignorance. Elegantly described on one side. Oh, that's actually good. Reduction of men and arms maintenance. But does that apply to? But that applies to gold, not prestige. Actually, it does apply to prestige. I just noticed increase. Look, pay attention. See, small difference. And gives me a bit of a. That's monthly prestige. Target of men and arms maintenance. So that applies to gold. No, yeah, that, but that's good for future reference. Thank you. Can't believe I've invested in a lot in that. For the cultural fascination progress, which as a reminder, no, not dynasty. 22 years until we get lost wax casting, and now it takes about 21 years. Cut down a year. I doubt I'll be able to live long enough until we see that happen. My friend. Bonne. Met an horrible end in this single purge by orders. A purge by him. Kinslaying. You killed your daughter? That is a crime. Kinslaying, close kinslaying, is criminal. Need to be dealt with, and soon, once we return from the raids. You bastard. You survived typhus, and now it's corrupted your mind. Sure, you've known to be deceitful and sadistic, but I didn't think you would go that far. You've killed a lot. Became ill. Hopefully I'll be better. Because ill health could kill me. Spotted fever has spread it to another barony. Up there. If I were to pass, then he would be the one to hurt. And I don't want that. He's committed a terrible, terrible crime. So yes, now illness can get rid of him. Pay up. Enough to get us out of debt. Ignore that. Those peasant uprisings. And you know, we have the ability to revoke that title. So we should consider that. Actually, just return to the realm. Very good. And spread down there. Truly a stroll through Aegis as a gift from Overhaul. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by fierce grunts and declining on. Hark, get me out of this metal prison. My squad took offense in my manner, with you going as far as to call me heartless and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could have not been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armor. I could, of course, have someone help, but is it truly worth it? Consider the armor gone for a price. By the way, the location of Ijebu, that is where modern day Lagos is located. Around there. The modern large city in Nigeria today. Today, with the passing of the future of Yoruba has changed its course. We'll never know what kind of Ooni he would have become, or his steps a blessing or a curse on this kingdom. Well, I believe he had it coming. Who did this? He was killed in an attack. You know, his dread was extremely high after performing that purge, and someone had to do it. And they got him. One till ends, another begins. And who is my heir now? This is my nephew, who is paranoid, patient, but compassionate. But now has to travel the realm to go live there. Already has children of their own. This one is sickly and possibly frail, or does that frailty come from her? Yeah. And this niece, it's different. So it's another vassal. I was going to deal with him, but now that opportunity is gone. Oh, more. Decent, competent, legendary. Make me a throne. Apparently there's plenty of demand. That disease isn't gonna go away, huh? You've not isolated yourselves. You may catch the disease if you're not careful. Spy Master is you. Yeah, once I get a throne, but if you want to make something wondrous, I'll give it to you. We already got one who's making a throne for me. So see to if you can have a magnificent chest to store things in. Lately, my efforts to impress have fallen flat. My friendship with Nana Ooni still stands on shaky ground. Also, still rejects me. It's a mess. However, I got a brilliant idea. How my beneficiary getting me out of dedication to the masterpiece is making the flattered dedicatee will be deeply touched by my generosity and I have no choice but to like me more. Sure. You know, adultery is criminal, so he could be a friend. He's been good to me. Kingdom of Khanum is formed over there. More renown. Spotted fever is spreading more than it was before, because it has touched the coast now and it's made its way to other places. It was originally a minor disease, but now it's starting to spread more than it should. My lord, look at that wood, the grain, the density. I've never seen such fine quality before. He breaks through. Market persisted cost of merchant Santa Cota staggers me. This my project would reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, Mahoney, bestow this gift upon me. Sure, can we get a fair price? Not convinced. Let's raid again. Brother, get your ass over here. Need you to be in command here. She's dull. She's turned 16. Managed to isolate the capital. More reports roll in from the chiefdom of Nijibu as the spotted fever continues to rage. Two will have brought me to the latest missions. He slams a hand on my desk. The people expect us to be performing some acts to help them. It's just a message. Now, I've seen this type before. All we need to do is purge some of the filthy animals that's been deviling the area. The infection really won't last for long. She lays it back, says next one. It is the will of Odumare. Either is bad for me being calm and humble. Oh dear. We must call the sheep then. Disastrous call. Purging a bunch of local sheep population there has damaged our local economy. Oh, Matt, brother. I heard to tell your patronage of enemy. The Compatibility. This is mega chest worthy of Ooni. Please take this and give it him. Wouldn't want to miss this chance to read the creation of a masterpiece. Poor Sabe must have more money than he knows what to do with. How generous. Where is that man? Not again. Make do with what you have. We gotta go now. Raid. Where to raid? There. She was 74. Just get us out of this predicament. Capture the physician. That place has been raided. Gotta go long. Alright. A regal throne of very fine craftsmanship. The frame is constructed from solid ferrule posts and the seat is cushioned with wool pillows. It ups the corporate grandeur a bit. Wisdom over ignorance. So basically, my throne looks like this, same as the other. Now that's equality. The updates is progress drawing on about the limits of playing at bench as my mind reels with bold ideas in my chest. Creating may not be my personal forte, but it doesn't mean I can't have a say how my money is spent. No, he knows what he's doing. I have to remain humble for this. The what? It's just one of his council members. A chest of masterful craftsmanship. It is constructed from sycamore planks. The wood is inlaid with camel bone decorations. Oh, that's lovely. Put it over here. Where hardly anybody, sees that. That's what that chest looks like. Nobody inspired at the moment. Finally, the plague has left the realm and we must take this opportunity to rise to the chaos that's left in its wake. We now emerge from the wreckage of the old world and time has come to consider the new. Nine gold don't hurt nobody. You could get it all back by raiding. Whoa, a spear that nobody was using. A long spear of fine craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is mounted on an elegant oak shaft that's painted with the images of the majestic bird. My own personal weapon. +2 prowess and 5 raiding speed if I was leading the raid myself. So as I said, apparently nobody was using that spear. It was unequipped. Or never equipped at all. We gotta raid a few more places here, here, and there. And then get back home. And those two along the way. Gone too far. Sun and air. That means you get a Give us a lot, yes. Because I really need to organize another clan-based craft guild to commission me another work. How long have you not been crowned? Run, boys. They're mad. We have your wife. Pay up. Another 50. Oh, that makes me happy. That's been raided. This isn't. Looked okay. Then I was around to improve my reputation. My competent chancellor agreed that treaty cancels out to my old treaty with this one. No one who gave me the cola nuts with. Why would you ever agree to this? But hey, another opportunity for me to raid. Actually, this way. You got it. Yeah, we take very little casualties when going on such a raid, but at least we're not losing supply limit anymore, so I think we should take the risk and get more gold here, and then there, and then we're home. Go. Catch it at the center shawl. Looks like they've already beat me to it in raiding that part. Court grandeur is 0, which means you can't hold the court anymore unless you make certain changes. Should have had an opportunity. Hold it right there. Nana Ketu's feast. A feast over there. Well, there's no disease anymore. Yeah, I'll be there. So if I were you, bring the forest guide, and you should be alright. No need to bring Trans-Saharan merchants. It's just a way to get me through that forest safely. I'll be there. A feast, huh? That's good. Damn it! They beat me to it. And I raided it all. Okay. This is how much we're gonna be bringing anyhow. Had a safe travel. The servants went across the hall bringing Founder Deckers. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. There's no place I'd rather be. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Honorary guest is to be here sooner. Well, on the 15th of December. 119 gold. Well done. Yeah. As long as it stays in the family. And I am not burying that brother who killed his own. Every guest is gathered in a great hall by our gracious host, Nana Ketu, is welcoming us all to the feast. I look forward to this. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating while chanting, flickering torchlight blaze off every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. Some people think a banquet is a hectic place, but to me, they're a bastion of calm and social accord. Everyone sits easy with a full belly and sloshing cup after all. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. Good folk to mingle with here. Has one plate of food, displaced by the next. My court physician, Tiwadola, goes on and on about some home collections. And that is how, Sergeant Master, not bore you, my lord? No, please do go on. The plated gaze I received from my acquaintance daughter was taken on desperate tone. A group of his guests approached the corner, yet hid all evening, and the walls hindering escape. Take my acquaintance. Oh, it's such a knife. I'll distract converging guests. Have pity for the leper. Also, I'm ill, and I'm. Oh! The passing of my brother Naketu's feast comes to an end. As the subdued guests leave, I pray the absolute sovereign welcome Ketu, as I warmly welcomed his halls, died while on his feast. A natural death. This was such a fun feast, you know, until he died. But now I'm sick, and I may die too. This is definitely going to shake things up here. If I don't get back over here. Journeying through Ibarapa, I passed by a particular looking tent split over the particular looking occupant inside. Come in, O mighty Ooni. I can tell you many miles to go. I could offer you a reading of future travels for a modest price. Strange man has piqued the interest of montage. But am I willing to pay for a reading? Excuse me. Tell me, my future wise one. Bad omen, but yet I'm no longer ill, reminding me of my mortality. I'm feeling fine, but a single illness can kill me. So I should be thinking of my priorities. Like you. Stop swaying that man. He's liked you well enough. What I should be doing is... hold on. Oil, we pass through here, is home to a famous wayside shrine that I happen to be passing by today. Locals tell us it is not common for travelers to spend even a few days praying there. Further said that doing so will ensure safe passage for one's journey. I'm unsure how helpful praying at this site would be. At least I should pay my respects to Oldumare while here. I'll spend several days in prayer here. Right before I go home. Thank Oldumare. Now let's organize another clan-based craft guild. And it's gonna be the Ironsmiths. So now this dynasty will receive the Royal Guild of Ironsmiths. It locks the ability for any land of rulers this dynasty to commission iron artifacts when taken The commission art crafts guilds as long as the other requirements are met. Iron art tends to net more prestige than any types of artwork, only if you have illustrious. For our dynasty's glory. So there you go. Thus I did prone to organize the ironsmiths in our territories to form an organized guild system under royal patronage. Iron is used widely in many parts of Africa, but here, among the Yoruba, we will ensure that this iron will be turned to more than just mighty weapons and everyday tools. It can also be turned into art, sculpture, royal regalia, and more than inspires and intimidates. Having an organized guild system is good for both sides. Artisans have a steady supply of work and increased political power given their connections to us. Well, so we can better manage and even profit in local industries and patronize their art to enhance our dynasty status. Our dynasty grows ever greater. And let's spend it. Provides more prestige, but also improves stewardship, which is sorely lacking when you think of it. Now, I made my official quest. It's only a matter of waiting to see what artists are capable of and what the fruits of their labor will be. Now I can go meditate back to here. You've been traveling a lot. Since leaving home nearly a few days ago, I've seen highs and lows, reveled in the wind blowing through my hair, and lamented the rocks on my boots. There are so many places, so many things I've yet to see. Out there on the open road, I feel free from the stuffy stronghold, if only for a little while. The roads are full of pilgrims and wanderers. It is among them that I will find a peace of mind. When I return, I should seduce you, so I can have a future. But that would be awfully risky now, would it? Rome is split as well with even more vassals. Land is very decentralized. Development is 8 now, but it can be further improved upon. More vassals means more taxes to us. As I said, it's a very decentralized realm. Ashes, what's happened to you? And I am aware that there is a decision to forge here, but it has its risks. Because it's money, it's stress, and depends on your intrigue, which isn't great, so I'm not willing to risk that. Excellent. It is worked. $50-50. Yes, despite the age difference between us. Guess you don't prefer romance. See too if I could seduce you. It would take a while. You got it. of this culture again. Now the Yoruba culture has spread to Shabe. As a scholar of diplomatic arts, I'm well aware of the power of eloquent compliment. Showing admiration for a woman's best qualities is a sure path to art. I'll shall write a letter complimenting her. Well, again, she's a woman of anger, so I'll just say, assert a powerful presence. Compliments well received. I'm 58 and still feeling fine. Yeah. I'm waiting for the, look, I'll end the episode as soon as the event pops up where I get to, waiting for that iron artifact to be created. Ah, here it is. A while back, I commissioned some of the craft guilds working over my family to create a work of art. Finally, the wait is over. Today, the Guild of Ironsmiths presented me with the results of their hard labor, an iron sculpture, strong and firm, that truly symbolizes my power. This artifact, this artwork, is of fair quality. It meets the standards of what would be considered acceptable to press to the union like myself. While I was hoping they would create something truly magnificent, I cannot complain about receiving another lovely work of art. This is an inventory artifact. A work of art forged from the iron in a traditional Yoruba style. Many cultures in Africa have a strong tradition of ironsmithing. This artifact is proof of such a level of sophistication and development. It was created by the artisans of ironsmiths crafts Cosmopolitan of the Yoruba dynasty at the request of one of the members, Ooni. Thanks to the efforts, it looks wonderful. Although you could reforge. No. You cannot reforge without an antiquarian. Right, I forgot. We don't have an antiquarian. And so, we will end the episode on that note. So, what today is it? The day of this recording was July 21st. So I will end this episode right on July 21st. So there you go. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. We formed Ile Yoruba, and the future is uncertain for him since he has no children. Otherwise, it would go to his nephew. That would be the one to rule, but also inherit some of the lands here. But I just don't like how his stewardship skill is. So I'd rather have my own child just to inherit all of it. That would be ideal in this very decentralized kingdom now. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.